Good evening, Bahamas. On the broadcast tonight, a double murder in the capital as two teen boys are found dead this morning. Plus, battle ready. The leader of the Free National Movement says his party is ready to become the next government. And new water supply for residents of South Andros.
Our news is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Welcome to our news, the weekend edition, and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Knowles. Two teen boys were found shot dead this morning on a dirt road in Yellow Elder Gardens. And with no apparent motive, police are tonight appealing for the public's assistance in their investigations and asking for the parents of the two teens to come forward. It was after 9 Sunday morning when the bodies of two teen boys were found with gunshot wounds through a dirt road off Graham Drive. Police presence was high in the area as investigators combed the scene for any clues to piece together this double homicide. Apart from a blood-stained ground, there wasn't much for detectives to go off of.
All we have here, the scene, two bodies found here on the scene. We don't have any motive. We don't know who these individuals are. It appeared to be two youngsters in their early teens.
And given the young age of the victims, it leaves Chief Superintendent Clayton Fernander questioning where are the parents. While he's appealing for any parent whose child might be missing to come forward, he's urging all parents to pay more attention to their children and know their whereabouts, as well as the company they keep.
We are also following line to determine if anybody went missing within the past 24 hours. So we are appealing to members of the public who may have some loved one that they have not seen in the past 24 hours to please come forward to the police. We want to say, where are the parents? These appear to be young teens. Nothing at this time where anybody alerted that their loved ones are missing or didn't come home overnight, because it appears though it's happened less than 24 hours and nobody has come forward. The question is, where are the parents?
The Yellow Elder Gardens area is known as a crime hotspot, and that's why Fernandez says police continue to saturate these areas where they have been able to make some inroads.
We are charging a number of persons. Just over the weekend we have arrested a number of persons who were found in possession of illegal weapons and who will be going to court pretty much on Monday, God's willing.
Mount Moriah MP Arnold Forbes was on the scene this morning, calling the loss of the two teen lives highly unfortunate. However, he said he doesn't believe police saturation is the sole answer to the crime problem.
Police saturation has its place, but is that the solution to the crime problem in the Bahamas? That is the question. And my belief is it's not. What is the solution is start to re-socialize our communities. We need to look at the way we bring up our children. We need to look at how we solve disputes. We need to look at how we treat each other generally as human beings.
Meantime, as police continue their investigations, they are asking anyone with any information surrounding this double murder to contact them. Also on the scene this morning was the Free National Movement's candidate for Mount Moriah, Marvin Dames. The former Deputy Commissioner of Police says since 2014, 22 young men from the area have been killed. Even more recently, he says there would have been 2 to 3 homicides in the immediate area within the last few weeks. With 30-plus murders already recorded for 2017, Dames says the frequent occurrence points to a bigger problem and we need to do a better job at stopping them from happening.
So we need to look at proactivity. What are we doing in terms of presence and visibility? You know, how are we drawing on our intelligence to tell us what's causing this? Because as I said before, these are indicators that something bigger is happening. And unless we get to the bottom of what's causing this, we will continue to pick up bodies along the way. All right? And so this is, we talk about, you know, creating a robust national intelligence unit, all right, or agency. And the reason for that agency is to be proactive and determining what's causing these incidents to take place with such frequency.
But Dame says the crime issue goes beyond politics for him. In fact, he says it should be a personal issue to everyone. But the former deputy commissioner says the police can't do it alone and believes the relationship between the police and the community has to be strengthened.
We have to bridge that relationship so that there is communication constantly. All right? And when there's communication constantly, you're getting information. And when you get information, then you're able to analyze, all right? And to develop strategies to effectively, bring to an end stuff like this. It's sad,
In other news this evening, the Free National Movement is solely focused on securing the next government of the Bahamas. And party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis has already put his troops in place to make it a reality. Christina McNeil tells us more in this report.
Last week, Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis revealed his transition team was making plans to secure a win for the party in the upcoming general election. In an interview with Our News, Minnis could not reveal much else, but said the FNM is ready to take on the Progressive Liberal Party and win the government.
I can't go into specifics. What I can say, with confidence, we feel that we will win. And therefore we are putting in place our transition team so that we can easily move into the government and start working immediately so that we can do things.
The party recently unveiled its entire slate of candidates for the upcoming election. However, there is still one question on the minds of some Bahamians.
Is there any space for Loretta left in the FNM?
At this point in time, the FNM is focused on removing Christie and the PLP. That's the only space that I have available in my head. My head is completely filled, but I have space there to move Christie and others.
Part of that focus includes placing priority on a plan Dr. Minnis says the FNM intends to roll out if it becomes the next government of the Bahamas. Minnis says tax-free zones will provide much-needed relief to the inner cities on New Providence, from Baines and Grantstown to Centerville, The Grove, and Englerston.
I have spoken to many businesses in that area. You know the savings they would have knowing that there are no business license to pay anymore. With that extra savings, because there'll be no business license, there'll be no real property tax, they can bring in their materials and equipment duty-free, they can expand their businesses duty-free, they can build duty-free. If they need specific vehicles for their businesses, to expand their businesses, they can bring those vehicles in that's necessary and proven for the business at very, very reduced taxes.
Minnis introduced his agenda for tax-free zones during his contribution to the 2016-2017 budget debate in an effort to revitalize over-the-hill communities. He says small business owners and residents are ready and waiting for it, and the FNM will make it happen. Reporting for Our News, I'm Christina McNeil.
Meantime, the FNM leader is also brushing off scathing criticisms over his claim that an FNM government would resell Bahamar if he becomes the next Prime Minister of the Bahamas. Minnis says despite what anyone says, he doesn't think it's an impossible task. We get that story tonight from Jasmine Brown.
Any contract that is not in the best interest of the Bahamian populace, we will not honor. And we will not approve any deal that is not in the best interest of the Bahamian populace.
In a Facebook post last weekend, Dr. Minnis pledged that his party will engage and execute a real sale of the Bahamar Resort to a qualified and respectable purchaser who believes in Bahamians. Minnis also claimed the buyer would use only Bahamian labor to complete the beleaguered resort, while again promising that his party would make public the details relating to the Bahamar deal and any other government dealings with Chinese investors. His comments have been widely criticized by members of the PLP, including Tall Pines MP Leslie Miller, who told reporters this week that while Minnis is his friend, he is not the smartest man on two legs. But Minnis insisted that anything is possible, given that no one knows what's included in that unsealed Bahamar deal.
I have not seen nor the Bahamian populace have seen the deal. So I cannot comment on what is in there. But what I can say is we will ensure that whatever is done in the best interest of the Bahamian populace.
The FNM leader insisted he is not worried about the criticism. He's worried about what's best for the Bahamian people.
That's the responsibility of a sovereign nation. It's our job to look after Bahamians, and I will do that. Bahamians first. It's America's job to look after America. It's Russia's job to look after Russians. It's the UK's job to look after their citizens. And it's our job to look after ours.
Prime Minister Christie announced the official sale of Baha-Mar to CTF BM Holdings last December, at the time stating the resort was set for a phased opening beginning in April 2017 and a full completion by this fall. It has since been revealed that the sale has not been finalized and that the opening date for the Rosewood Hotel brand owned by the Baha-Mar buyer has been delayed to spring 2018. Reporting for our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Well, still to come on our news, new and improved water supply for South Andros. That story and more when our news returns.